fighting for? Why can't people help people? That's the question.
Oh my God, it's people helping people!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another amazing episode of People Helping People. We're doing it. Oh man, am I excited about tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giddy, but I'm also really nervous, and I'll tell you why. Tucson is in monsoon season right now, and I have lightning striking outside of my house. So we're one lightning strike away from being shut down, and I really hope that doesn't come to fruition. So I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. It is Wednesday, man, and I got a lot done today. You know, we hit the gym. I feel like a brand new man. I got this haircut. I trimmed up my beard a little bit. It's so amazing how something as small as a haircut with a beard trim makes you feel like a brand new man, you know? So I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good too. And, you know, as everybody who has been on this journey with us knows, we did our 30 by 30. That was 30 live shows in 30 days just to get things kicked off. And we learned so much through that journey. And we have now evolved into chapter 2 of People Helping People. Chapter 2 is here. And in chapter 2, this is the give back. We are doing exactly what this show embodies and embraces in giving back to the people that are in need. And how we're doing so is by sponsoring kids with type 1 diabetes to go to Camp ASDA, A-Z-D-A. And Camp ASDA is a beautiful place that allows kids with type 1 diabetes to go to camp and be surrounded by other kids that also are type 1 diabetics. And if anybody in the world is a type 1 diabetic, they know how lonely it can feel. If you don't have somebody right with you, within your family, within arm's reach, it just feels like such a lonely road. And so being a type 1 diabetic myself, this cause is very near and dear to my heart. And the ripple effect of being able to send somebody to camp to feel supported, to feel heard, to feel loved. Come on. So if you want to be a part of that journey, you can donate below. We're not asking anybody to, but if it's something that calls to you, we are here to send kids to camp. And the beauty of this whole thing is, gosh, I get emotional talking about it, just like that. But the beauty of this whole thing is I really want to follow the journeys. So I feel like, you know, if I ever donate to a cause, it's like you don't ever know where your money is going or how it's helping or the impact that it's making. So this next year when camp rolls around, we as People Helping People will be at camp. I will be boots on the ground, either being a camp counselor or a motivational speaker or whatever they allow me to do, I will be there. And if the families that we sponsor are comfortable with being interviewed and asking what kind of impact that we're making on their kids' lives and their lives, then we will do that so that we can share the story of all of the hard work that we're putting in here at People Helping People, and that starts with you guys. So thank you. And if it's your first time joining us, this is a live show. We are live. It's off the cuff. We have said crazy things that we can't take back. There's no edits, and that's the beauty of what we're doing. So you can leave comments in the chat. We're going to get to everybody that's here. I love my community. I love the people that are joining us. We see you out there, Rich. That guy is a legend. Beautiful, amazing. We love you, Rich. He's here supporting every single time that we're live, and he's live in the comments. And just because he's live in the comments, we gave him some merch. He's got merch in the mail. He's got a t-shirt at his house. Like, I want to give back as much as possible. That's what this is all about. So thank you, Rich. We love you. We see you out there. Boogs 420OZ with the craziest name in the West. We see you out there. Welcome in. Thanks for being a part of the show. Boogs 420OZ says, Alex, what up? I'm so happy for you and all of your guests, man. You're doing great work, brother. Come on, man. Come on. We appreciate you, man. And I don't want to waste too much time because we have an incredible guest for you guys today. But you know what? Let me back up. I want to get to our sponsors because we have people supporting our channel. And, I am such a proud representative of everything that they represent. So let's bring them to the forefront. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is sponsored by Mike Silkowski. He's your local partner in getting your message in front of the right people. Mike specializes in helping businesses right here in Southern Tucson reach their ideal customers through TV and streaming services. He's not just sponsoring Chapter 2 of People Helping People, he's building partnerships. And he doesn't succeed unless you do. If you're ready to grow your business with someone who's invested in your success, call Mike directly at 515-305-5311. Again, that's 515-305-5311. And let me tell you a bit about Mike. Mike is just somebody that is going to get you in front of the right people. I talked with him and we sat down for about a 30-minute conversation. And he just is a retired dude who loves what he does because he gets to connect people with the right network, whether it be TV or radio time. He's the guy. So it never hurts to call, ask some questions, see if he can support you. And again, he doesn't win unless you win. But after telling him about People Helping People, he sat there right at the end of the conversation, was like, I want to be a sponsor of your show. I believe in what you're doing. So thank you, Mike. We love you. I also have to mention our loyal sponsorship from T-Town Boxing here in Tucson, Arizona. The owner of T-Town, Jake Wilson, is an incredible person. He's an incredible coach. I know firsthand because I've done personal trainings with him. I've been in his classes. I've seen the ecosystem that he's built out there. And it's not just a boxing gym, it's a community. And huge shout out to T-Town Boxing for being a sponsor of the show. And we are a proud, proud representative of everything that you embody and embrace. Thank you, Jake. Woo. We're on fire today, ladies and gentlemen. This feels good. And last but not least, carsfortucson.org. And my God, they are doing God's work. These guys are just so incredible with what they're giving to the community. Ari, the owner of carsfortucson.org, owns a mechanic shop, and he's putting his mechanic shop to good use. They help support people that are financially stricken and cannot afford to get their cars repaired. Your donations go to helping people that really do need it in order to get cheap or free car repairs. And their goals are to give cars away as well. So again, they're out here doing God's work. I mean, it's something amazing. I don't know how many times you have been in a situation, but I have been in so many situations where one car repair was make or break for me. So, huge shout out to carsfortucson.org. And if you would like to donate to Cars for Tucson and make a difference in the community, go to carsfortucson.org. We love you guys. I'm going to get to a couple of comments here before we bring in our guest, Malfoy. We see you out there. And Malfoy, she or he, I'm sorry, Malfoy, I don't know. But they jumped into one of our little quick face-to-camera live streams and started making clips of the show for us. So Malfoy, we love you. We appreciate you. And Malfoy says, hello, it starts so late. I have school. I live in Texas, so I'm 2 hours ahead and I can't watch for long. I'm so sorry. That's okay, Malfoy. Thank you for being here. We appreciate everything that you do for people, helping people. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we kind of went on a little ramble and rage there. You know, life is beautiful. And I am so excited for tonight's show because we have a guest on that made me feel less alone in the world. You know, I really thought that I was one of the very few handfuls of people in the whole world that was diagnosed with Crohn's disease and type 1 diabetes. And, you know, this guest, she reached out to me and told me her story. And I was like, the world needs to hear this. The world deserves to hear this. And this is going to be an incredible interview, and I am so excited to welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Ahnna Simone.
Hello.
And your mother. Hello.
Hi.
I'm so happy you made it. What's mama's name?
Harriet.
Harriet. Beautiful. Ahnna and Harriet. Thank you so much for joining us. And, you know, before we brought you on here, I was just discussing with the audience how I felt so alone in the world knowing that I had these two conflicting autoimmune diseases. And you reached out to me and told me your story. And I was like, I found someone. I'm not alone. And I couldn't help but want to get you on the show. But for the people that don't know, first off, thank you for being here. But for the people that don't know, go ahead and introduce yourselves if you could.
Of course. Hello, everybody. My name is Ahnna Simone. I have ulcerative colitis. Really now it's J pouch. So I have 100% of my colon removed, which is a blessing, you know, that I have that option. And I'm also a type 1 diabetic. I'm still striving to be a fashion model, even though I have these diagnoses. So seeing Alexander having Crohn's disease and type 1, I had the exact same feeling of, wow, I'm not alone. Somebody gets it, because usually I either meet somebody that has Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Or I meet somebody else who has type 1 diabetes, but it's never the two.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I already knew there was hope, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But meeting you was like that proof, you know?
I love that. I love that. Beautiful. And Mama, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, so my name is Harriet, and I am the big supporter of my daughter, just making sure that she got through all those trials. It was hard. It was a tough battle, and my job was to stay positive and encouraging at all times, no matter what.
Beautiful. Well, yeah. Thank you so much for being here, you two. And, you know, I feel giddy. Like I have so many questions running through my head right now. And I'm just trying to let the best ones rise to the top and make sure I want you to feel heard and seen. And I want people to feel the inspiration of what it means to triumph over such tough, difficult times. And I really want to take it back to, you know, I guess when you were first diagnosed, was it the type 1 diabetes first? Was it the ulcerative colitis? Was it both? If you could kind of just take me back a little bit in your story.
Yeah, so I'm 31 right now. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis when I was 18. And it was like senior year high school. I mean, like the worst time for life to just like flip on you.
Yeah.
And then about 3 years later, I was 21. I became type 1 diabetic. And that was odd because I had a flare up of my UC and went to the hospital. In the ER, they gave me a antibiotic called Flagyl. There was the assumption I had C. diff in my stomach, but I didn't. They gave me this, and my kidneys, my liver, and my pancreas started simultaneously shutting down on me.
Oh.
So when I came out of that, basically my pancreas never made it back. I developed like a pseudocyst, and I was told like, you have to take insulin now, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gosh, at 18 years old, that's so tough. And man, I can relate. I was diagnosed late in life as well. 28 years old, and then all of a sudden I'm in a state of ketoacidosis. I was bleeding from every orifice of my body. I was losing weight rapidly, and I just eventually drove myself into the hospital. I was falling asleep at stoplights, and like just it was really such a scary time, and I ended up being in and out of the hospital for 2 years. And I got down. I walk around at about 175 pounds, and I got down to 120 pounds, skin and bones. And so I empathize, I understand, and I can't imagine. I'd like to get your mother's perspective too. I see that she loves you so much. I can see it. So, Mama, okay, you know what? Before we dive into that, I want to know the things that you were doing prior to that diagnosis. Like, what did your life look like? Was it just the normal teenage fun life, and then all of a sudden the script flipped?
Yeah, I was kind of a go-getter, not gonna lie. So I had two jobs. I don't know why I had two jobs. I worked at Bath and Body Works, and I worked at Gilly Hicks, which is like an Abercrombie and Fitch type of store.
Nice.
I was taking college courses too. So it's a program out here called PSEO. So I had to take like one class in high school senior year, one class on campus, hit the bus, go to college basically.
Yeah.
And then I had like one of my jobs to work at. I was in a relationship as well. And I was 18. So I was like, I had just like, I'm gonna go to college. I got this is the plan. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
This is the plan,
Yeah.
And then when I got diagnosed, that was still the plan.
It wasn't going to derail you.
And I ended up like doing my senior project in the hospital, all of my assignments in the hospital. And I looked at my mom and I was like, yeah, I'm going to college. I'm still gonna make it happen.
She did, which worried me. I'm telling you, at the time, she had lost a lot of weight, and I was just scared. I was like, "You're not going to be able to go to college," and she said, "No, no, I'm going to get my education." And she laid out her plan to me, and I said, "Okay, I'm here."
But I was maybe like 147, like almost 150. And by the time I went to college, I was about 100 pounds.
Oh.
So the college experience was a lot different than for most people. A lot of assumptions of like anorexia or just comments about my size. It's the first time people are meeting you. As far as the ulcerative colitis, though, I was tough. I was very resilient. I was like, okay, I'll just talk to the doctor if I end up in the ER, which happened like once a month. I come back, do the assignment. So I was mentally like still stable. 3 years later, at 21, becoming a diabetic, I mentally lost it a little bit. It became extremely depressed. I think that was kind of what broke the camel's back for me. Um, but I still kept pushing. I mean, as you can see
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. It sounds like mama raised a warrior, a real soldier. Gosh, I mean, especially at such a pivotal age where everything is changing. You're turning into an adult and you're looking at the future, and then all of a sudden, everything that led up to that point is kind of make or break. And every outside force is there to break you down, and you still have the mindset to keep going, keep pushing
Yes.
with mama's support. And I'd love to hear from your side of things, as far as what you instilled in her to have this mindset. Where is this coming from?
Yeah, well, it's coming from, first of all, you can do all things through God.
Mm,
So it's all about having faith.
mm,
Because once you give up on yourself, that's it, man.
yeah.
That's it. It just makes things harder. And Anna is a superstar. She's my superstar. That's what I've been telling her since day one. That she's smart, she's intelligent. And my job, once she told me that she wasn't giving up, and I saw what happened when she got diagnosed with diabetes, and it hurt me very bad. My thing was to just walk into my closet, let me get my cry out,
Hmm.
scream, and let me punch the wall,
Hmm.
and wipe my tears away, and let me get over here and pick her up.
Mm,
And that's exactly what I did. I mean, there would be times when Anna would be so depressed. She'd be like, Mom, I just don't want to talk anymore.
mm,
I don't want, I'm good. And I'd be like, okay. And I'd drive over to her house.
mm.
Okay, you ain't got to talk to me, but I'm right here if you need me.
Yeah.
And I would get her calm, and then she would just talk to me, and we would get to it. And we would sit down and we would literally make out a plan.
Mm,
What's our next step? What's our move?
mm.
Because you will get through this.
I love
That's
that.
that's what you're going to do. You're going to get through this, and I'm your biggest supporter, and I'm always going to be here for you. I love you.
Mm. Go, mama. I love that. I love that. I want to advocate for anybody in the world to talk about what you have going on. If you have a loved one, if you have people in your immediate circle, to be in those places is not easy. To feel the things like the whole world is just against you and it just is so painful. Just talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. And if you don't have anybody, I advocate for therapy, just to hear yourself speak
Oh,
these things out loud, get asked the questions that you didn't know you needed to be asked, because there's always a bright pasture through the mud that you're trudging through now, no
yeah,
matter what.
absolutely. And when you go through things like this, you actually find out who your friends are too.
Yeah, you do.
You
Yeah.
find out who's going to be there and who's going to leave you over something that you can't control.
Oh,
Hmm. Absolutely.
That was heartbreaking too.
Yeah, yeah, I can only imagine. And yeah, I understand completely. I quit drinking when I was diagnosed, and well, drinking friends aren't there anymore because that's what they wanted to do. So, and that's okay. That's okay. And like you said, it's a great way to weed everybody out that you don't need in your life,
it
Yeah.
is.
and the real ones will be there. But so you were diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and you're having a tough time. Mom is there to support. When did things start to turn around for you? Like, when did you start to get a hold of it? When did, if you could kind of walk me through the shift in your mindset and the shift in how you started to look at things and approach life?
So I think in the hospital, I was very depressed, but life continued. I still had to go to school, still had to go to whatever job I had. I was dealing with not accepting the fact that I was a diabetic.
Mm,
I was in denial for a long time.
mm,
Um, Even when the first time my sugars dropped on me, when they got too low and my body felt completely different than it ever had in my life. I still just would not. It took me maybe 3 or 4 years to really accept that this is my life now, and this is what it will be the rest of my life. Um, I've never liked needles. Oh my gosh, she can tell you. Oh my god, that was another thing. The anxiety about pricking my finger,
Hmm.
and then I gotta use this syringe and prick myself again. So that was something too. Eventually, um, I guess I've always been very big on accountability. I ended up like getting my own apartment, spending a lot of time with myself, and I was like, you gotta accept what is, and you have to face this,
Mm.
and you have to just be tough right now and do what you have to do because it got to the point where I'm starting to get sick because I want to go to the club with my friends. And yeah, they do offer me drinks, you know. They get frustrated because I keep reminding them, you know, I'm a type 1 diabetic.
Mhm.
And I decided, like, no, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to take accountability. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm tired of feeling sick.
Mm.
You know? I also was on Facebook one day and I saw this advertisement for Dexcom, and they pretty much advertised it like you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. So that caught my attention.
Yes.
But the challenge was insurance. You got to prick your finger to get. So I was like, lock in, prick your finger 3 times a day, do it, get it done. I did it.
Yeah.
Can't be a big
Beautiful.
girl, you know.
Yeah. I love it.
So when I got the Dexcom, you know, all of a sudden, boom, like this insulin. Oh, there's insulin pumps too. Whoa, okay, this is a thing.
Yeah.
So I got an Omnipod. Once I got that Omnipod, it was a wrap.
Yes. It's a game changer, right?
It absolutely was. I feel like with diabetes, it's more like it's an annoying nuance. It's kind of like somebody saying, "Hey, you need to do this now,"
Yeah.
and I can deal with that. You know, I
Yeah.
can deal with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. No,
um,
I have to agree. I have to agree. You know, we're so I don't want to say we're so lucky, but as diabetics, if we're gonna have it, thank God we have pumps. Thank God we have Dexcoms. Thank God. 'Cause, gosh, I was like you. You know, the first couple of years, I'm sitting there pricking my, and I'm a guitar player, so I'll just be like, you know, almost in tears trying to play guitar because my fingers are just destroyed, and it's like,
this is insane.
yeah. So I mean, that's incredible that you took the time to be an advocate for yourself and found, like you said, you know, taking full accountability for what needs to be done, and realizing that, you know, if you don't take control of this and understand that this is a part of who you are now, you're not going to be able to move forward with it, and it's going to get the best of you. And I feel like there's always such a beautiful story. There's such a fighter in every single diabetic because we have burnout. We have times where it's just like I'm over it. I'm done. Like this is it. I can't do it anymore. And those stories, those moments I think are so important because everybody in life feels that feeling at one time or another. It's not just diabetics. And I just want to touch on that real quick because taking accountability for the things that are on your plate, we talk about this a lot on the show, is about understanding that no matter what is handed to you or put on your plate, it's going to continue to be put on that plate more and more severe until you learn the lessons that those things are trying to teach you. And once you learn those lessons, then you're able to take accountability, move forward, and then spread the wisdom that you learned from those moments. And I want to thank you for being here and helping us to understand and spread the wisdom of you taking accountability with the support of your amazing mother. And I mean, I just want to give you one of these real quick. So now you have two things working against each other. And I know that maybe I don't know if it's different with ulcerative colitis or not, but I'll tell you, with Crohn's, they're like, eat this. As a diabetic, it's eat that. And I'm like, hold on, they're opposite. What do I do? What how am I supposed to live? This doesn't make any sense. So it's like trial by fire, and I'm eating this, and now I'm bleeding, and my stomach hurts, and my blood sugars are all over the place. And when my blood sugars are whack, my stomach is worse. And when my stomach's out of whack, my blood sugars are crazy.
Yeah.
So it's just this crazy teeter totter. Can you kind of walk me through like what was going on when you had both of these conflicting things with your body and mind?
Honestly, it was the same deal. First, I was confused with UC because your whole life it's like eat healthy, eat fiber, you know, eat these vegetables and stuff like that. And then it's like, okay, avoid those things. 3 years later, as a type 1 diabetic, it's like first of all, everything rises your blood sugar. When you first become a diabetic, it's annoying. It's like, how do you win? Like, how do you beat this, you know? So I guess for me, I started getting ahead of the game. So I'm not gonna, mess up my stomach, but I can get ahead of the game as far as the carbs that I'm eating. So I just make sure to like try to eat as healthy as I can, but pre-bolus 15, 20 minutes before when I got my device. So that's been able to help. I can avoid like high fiber foods, things that'll mess up my stomach, but then also make sure my carbs are taken care of so that my sugars don't rise up on me and then I get sick later. So that's what I've been making it a lifestyle thing that I do every day. Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lifelong endeavor, you know? And as new studies come out, this is going to be bad for you. That's going to be good for you. But it's really, everybody is so unique. You know, we all have like one food that we know, okay, this is safe. This works for me. And I don't know about you, but I really stick to the same things all the time. And it's like, I don't venture out too often.
You do too.
Yeah. But I also want to talk about, you said that you completely got your colon removed. Was that a decision? Was that medical necessity? Walk me through that if you could.
It was really my decision. When I first got diagnosed with UC, I had a really great GI, but he was like, you can start taking these pills. If that doesn't work, we can do these injection sessions, like infusion sessions. If those don't work, then we can remove your colon. Oh my God, I was 18. I was like, no, don't take my colon. I didn't do any research. By the time I became a diabetic, I was in the hospital for maybe a month when that happened. They actually sent a surgeon in my room to talk to me about getting it removed. So he was a guy in the game for like 20 plus years. And he was telling me like how the procedure worked. He helped me with a lot of my anxieties and fears about getting it removed. And by that time, I started realizing, you know what, these medications, they're not good for you. Like the prednisone I was on, it had my face like that.
Yeah, I've been there. It's so bad.
But my body was still skinny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by the time I talked to him, I had made the decision. I called her. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it removed. I might have texted her. She started freaking out. She's like, no, don't, no.
Well, I didn't really mean it like that. My worries was like,
she was being a mom.
Is this the only option?
Yeah.
But honestly, to be honest with you, we set an appointment to meet this doctor, and
well, I talked her into it by the end of the conversation, honestly.
That's true. But when I met the doctor, him, I love him. I love that doctor. When I run into him in the grocery store, I still hug him. I still cry because he he had so much knowledge to share. And he was not playing with Ahnna. He was like, look, I'm telling you. And he would pull out information. It was so he gave us enough knowledge and educated us. And he also, because I was a big crybaby in there. This is my child.
Yeah.
Right there, communicating through the surgery and everything, sending people out to talk to me how it was going, and told me that he wanted to talk to me after the surgery. And he came out and he said that everything went great. And he looked at me and he said, I don't know how she lasted this long. Harriet, when we remove a organ from a body, we take it to the lab and we look at it to see if we can use it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how she got this far because her colon was hollow.
Oh,
Because I wanted to see it.
you
And
really are a soldier. Oh my God.
the greatest thing ever happened. It was a process. After the surgery, her healing, she took it like a champ. I mean, she's sitting there, she has the bag on her, and she's just laying back, like, I feel good.
To be
I'm all right.
to be honest with you, I feel like the conversation I had with her when I called her, I was able to like convince her. It was like, this is one of those times where I like trust me, I got you, because she was just worried about me.
Yeah.
I had the surgery, and I finally like woke up and came to. Two things are happening simultaneously. Like I was in physical pain because I just got cut open, but at the same time I was nauseous. I didn't feel like any pain. Like I had the stomach flu. Like I knew I don't have these issues anymore by the time I woke up.
Beautiful. Ah, gosh, that's so amazing. And so because of that, are you an advocate for people that are going to that are feeling, gosh, I don't know how to ask this properly because I want to be careful about a situation. It's a big decision, right? But if people are in an extreme scenario with ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, and they're given the decision because their livelihood and their the I don't know how to word this. Let's see.
The diagnosis may be different.
Yeah, I'm just their gosh. I guess their being of living is so horrible that they are brought with this decision. Would you be an advocate for that if it's something that is just putting them at a halt, like they just cannot go on anymore because of the pain and other things? Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think I wouldn't try to convince someone if they weren't super severe with their diagnosis. But the reality is, the longer you have this inflammation in your body, the higher risks you have of like cancers and other things later. And then you add the medications that have all these different chemicals in it on top of that, pain medications you got to constantly take.
Yeah.
If you think about it, if I could go back in time, I would have told myself when I first got diagnosed, take it out. I would have said that,
Yeah.
But if somebody was in that position where they had to make that decision, I would absolutely convince them with my experience,
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Say, also, I would also say, like, they're able to, how do you put it on them when they measured like a portion that was inflamed, and how it was uh, the best option to take the colon out. I mean, I would just basically do as much research on it
Oh.
as possible before making the decision to
Mm.
remove the colon, because for example, for Anna, I mean, it just wasn't getting better. I mean, she's walking around looking like a skeleton. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And I mean, I just think it's so important to talk about these things. I think it's so important to hear that other people aren't alone, because I know with our food system the way that it is, it's so much more relevant to be a type 1 diabetic. It's so much more relevant to have Crohn's disease and other autoimmune diseases. And the quality of life, that's what I was looking for. The quality of life. Gosh, come on, man. Quality of life is really important. And if dealt the hand that some people are, you and myself both, you have to make tough decisions sometimes. And I'm just so happy that you advocated for yourself and that you guys had somebody that was there to support. Sounds like that doctor just was so knowledgeable, so supportive. And I mean, sounds like he's just a part of the family now, because of the things that he had done. That is
But
beautiful. Yeah.
such a smart man. I mean, you got to understand, when a person is in pain with this disease and they're frustrated, and sometimes you get angry,
Mm.
and you're talking to this physician and you're like, you're mad.
Yeah.
This was the only doctor that was like, look, I don't have time for that. What I'm going to do is make your life better.
I love that.
That's what I love about that doctor.
Mm.
He also had uncle vibes.
I
Yeah.
love that. A new adopted uncle. I love that. Beautiful. Well, we have some questions in the comments. Thank you again for sharing all of that. And it looks like Rich is in the comments here. Shout out, Rich. We love you. He says, Anna, have you ever had a significant other not understand your conditions? And how do you get them to understand? Great question, Rich. Thank you.
Ooh, amazing. That's a great question.
It really
No
is.
question is like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I actually was in a relationship prior, maybe like a year prior to me getting diagnosed. At first, he was there in the hospital with me, but eventually he just kind of like disappeared.
Mm.
I was kind of caught up with my physical illness. Like my mind didn't even notice he wasn't around because I was just like in pain every day.
Mm.
Um, After like a month or so, we talked because I reached out, and he came back, but it was just bad. But I'm gonna tell you, this is what I learned from this person. Okay,
Yeah, let's hear it.
people tell you who they are and believe them the first time. That's what
Mm.
I will say.
Mm.
Somebody is not there for you at your worst. They don't deserve to have you at your best.
Preach.
I,
Come on. Exactly right.
because he left me at my worst. I think he was surprised I was still going to college. I was going to go like 2 hours away to college. And I think he didn't realize, like, yeah, I'm still doing stuff. I'm still making it happen without you.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
he ended up following me to college, but the cycle continued. You see, he discarded me in college, and remember, I'm 100 pounds
Yeah.
at campus and college for the first time. He's the only person I really know from the Twin Cities in Minnesota. So the cycle continues, because you're dealing with, you see, on and off every day. It's a chronic illness. Um, so that person didn't love me for me. They probably just loved me for whatever I was doing for them at the time. So
Mm.
don't waste your time, because there's good people out here that will love you for you. You know?
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. Well said. And it is the trying times that really put the people in your immediate circle to the test.
Mm-hmm.
Some pass, some don't, but the clarity at the end of that is beautiful. And
Yes.
so, yeah, thank you for that question, Rich. That was amazing. Thank you for that response. That was amazing. And I have some more questions for you too. I really want to talk about life after the surgery, after getting your colon removed. Like, I'm sure there's so many things that you had to learn. Can you kind of walk me through that?
Yeah. So I saw this documentary before my surgery. This girl, she was like a super pretty girl, and she had the same diagnosis as me. And right after she got it, she went on a triathlon. So I reached out to her. We watched the documentary. Excuse me. If you've ever seen somebody with a ileostomy bag or colectomy bag, they have a stoma that kind of sticks out.
yeah.
So my mom was like, "Oh my God, you gonna have that?" And I was like, "If that's what I gotta do, that's what I'm gonna do."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had to learn, like me and that thing, we had a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing had a mind of its own. It just does what it
Yeah.
wants to do, you know?
It-
So I had to learn, like, okay, don't sleep like that. Because if you go to the bathroom in your sleep, you know, things could get bad. You want to make sure your bag is secure.
Yeah.
Because it's a process. Let me take a step back. When I got my colon removed, it was still 2 more surgeries I had to get.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is a 3-part process that takes a little bit over a year.
yeah.
So I had an ileostomy bag that first year. And I was still popping out, still going to the club, still being that girl, still doing me. They don't even know I got a whole bag on my stomach.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop being me. I can't
I
stop the
know that worried me, but
Yeah.
she, like I said, she was cool with it because she felt better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
felt. Mm-hmm.
She felt better. My thing was, it's not that I was freaking out about the bag or scared of the bag. I guess I didn't get enough information about the actual bag and how it worked. I didn't do my research.
Hmm.
I wasn't ready either. I mean, we watched the documentary, and you don't know what it looks like until you see it.
But part of that, what you call it, stoma, the part that sticks out.
Mhm.
I mean, that's an organ sticking out of your body,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it's about
Yeah.
that much sticking out of your body. The bag goes around it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just does its thing.
Yeah.
It's a clear bag. You see everything, and it just does its thing. Now, the normal person would probably be freaked out about the bag, but man, that bag saved my daughter's life.
Mm.
You understand? It saved my daughter's life, and I didn't care what the bag looked like. I wasn't sitting there crying and worried about my daughter. She was literally there chilling, watching Netflix and allowing the bag to do its thing. I
Yeah.
knew he was going to be okay. I
Mm.
knew he was going to be all right. So it was about 9 months. No, it was close to a year. You had to wear the bag.
Yeah, it was a little over a year, so I had to the second surgery, essentially they disconnect stuff. The first surgery to give your colon or that area some rest because they just cut all that out.
Mhm.
The second surgery, yes, that's
I know. It's
because the
tough.
first surgery I can't go to the my back end didn't work basically. They had to give my anus a
Your
rest.
rectum.
Oh,
My
that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
rest.
No, that's
Because
all right.
what happens is well, I'm gonna let you hide it attach. I'm gonna let you.
yeah. So
You
the
got it.
second surgery, they attach stuff back.
Mhm.
Okay, but I still have the bag. So I think I was going like that. I was
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
2 inches
Yeah.
that
I got you.
third surgery. That's when I get the J pouch. In a J pouch, basically they take your small intestine and they create like a bag essentially inside of you that replaces the ileostomy bag, and
Wow.
you're reconnected. So when I came out of that, I didn't need a bag anymore, and I didn't have UC technically anymore. Just a couple scars, and I was okay with that.
Wow, that's incredible. I had no idea. So is that a normal process for people then?
Yep.
That it's you have the bag for X amount of time, then they reattach things, and then it's all internal.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Wow. That is really amazing.
Mhm.
Really amazing. Gosh, I had no idea. That's all brand new to me. So now you have this free reign. You feel much, much better. You're not in pain all the time.
Mhm.
What's your diet looking like as a type 1 diabetic? Do you just bolus for whatever you'd like to eat, or do you have a certain diet that you stick to? Or oh, mama's looking at you now. What's that look like?
Honestly, I've never liked vegetables. That's the problem. I don't like vegetables,
Yes.
and it worked out for me with UC. So I feel like that was God, you know. But yeah, I mean, my health habits could be better. I think I'm just like trying to gain weight so desperately,
Yeah.
and no matter how much I eat, um, I'm not gaining anything, and it's probably because my metabolism is probably affected by the way that I'm eating. So it's just like a cycle that I can't beat. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and it's a constant, like we said, right? It's just one of those things. Like you're going to be constantly adapting and learning, and once you get to a certain point where you do find the foods that work for you, it's okay if you don't eat vegetables. I mean, come on, you get.
Don't eat vegetables. I personally believe, and it's just my opinion, that she just don't eat enough.
No, I don't.
I think she just eats like a, like, I mean, she can eat like 4 chicken nuggets. She's good. I'm like, no, if you want to gain weight, you got to find a way to eat more, even if it's a shake where you just, get that blender going and just make you a shake and just get some
you
type
know,
of form where you
I
can
would
gain the weight that you want.
I like to
Yeah,
drink the boosts, like the supplemental shakes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They have some that help you gain weight. Plus, they'll give me nutrients I'm not getting. But it's kind of like, how do I put it? It's like a routine. You have to be like in a routine. Sometimes I'm really on point with it, and then sometimes I fall off, and then I get back on it, and then I fall off. So that's kind of where I'm at.
yeah, yeah, and that's okay. I mean, that's what life is. We talk about balance here a lot.
Hmm.
And as long as you're aware of the things that are out of balance, you're going to be okay. You keep
Yeah,
that in the back of your head because it seems as though I get my diet locked in and then I'm like, shoot, I haven't been to the gym in 3 months. And then all of a sudden I'm going to the gym every single day and I'm not sleeping enough. And then it's like, it's just a constant balancing act. But, I think at the end of the day, it's about giving yourself some grace because it's okay. You
yeah,
know, just really looking in the mirror and just being okay with whatever it is that's on your plate for that day. And don't beat yourself up because we are all going to fall short all the time. But you have to understand that with a mindset like yours, you're still moving forward. Even though the graph is going like this, you know, there's an upward trajectory. And it sounds like
yeah, like that.
you are a soldier, and your mom raised somebody who is you've got endurance, you've got the grit of a warrior, and I just appreciate you coming on here and giving to our audience your story. And before we go, Mama, I'd like to ask you, for anybody that has a child that has been diagnosed with something and they're struggling, do you have any words of wisdom for the families that may be stricken by something like what we've been through?
Oh yeah. So I would say that it's going to be really challenging. It's going to be you're going to be very emotional. Um, you got to get to a point where like a lot of times I would break down, but I wouldn't let Anna see it, so she would see that I was strong all the time. But not only that, you gotta be positive. You gotta motivate, no matter what, even if that's challenging for you. You have to find a way to just, even when a person is going through something or your family member is scared and they don't want to talk and they're not talking to you, they're not saying anything to you, they're not texting back, they're not answering your phone calls. You show up. You show up. You
Mm,
knock on that door, you ring that doorbell, and you show up
mm,
all the time. All the time. And that's what I did. I never gave up. I always showed up.
mm.
And when she had doubt, no, we're not doing that here. So
Oof.
it's all about being motivated and showing true support. It's one thing to say, I'm there and help you get better. It's another thing to say, I need to see it. I
Mhm.
need to see it. When you got a son or a daughter or a husband or a wife, anyone that you love in pain, and they cut you off because people are in pain with this disease, and they're scared. You got to show up. So I would advise, if you're trying to give someone support, show up. Even when they tell you not to. Even when they say, I'm good, mom. Go and make sure.
Mm,
Because that's what you guys need.
mm.
That's what you guys need. And that right there, that's called love.
Yeah.
And then you get to actually see how a person behaves when they really care about you and when they're not giving up on you.
Mm,
It's not words. They're showing up no
mm.
matter what.
I love that. Mama, come on. And I guess I'm gonna, flip the script a little bit, and Anna, I'm gonna ask you, what words of advice that you may have for the people that are stricken with type 1 diabetes or ulcerative colitis, or anything where it's a challenge that feels too big to take on. I'd love to hear from you.
I would say find your community. One of the biggest mistakes I made was isolating myself and making the process of acceptance and that healing, harder than what it had to be. And with social media, there's communities everywhere. So whatever you're going through, whether it's physical, emotional, financial, find your community. Because even by finding you, I mean, I don't feel so much as like the why me. You know what I'm saying? So find your people, and pay attention. Pay attention. I was 18. I really thought these people around me, my girlfriends, my girls,
Mm.
you know, but they weren't. Pay attention. Um, Prioritize self love. You have to
Ooh.
prioritize self love, but balance community
Mm.
at the same time.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Absolutely. Mm. Well said. Come on. Everybody's going home a little more enlightened this evening. Thank you so much. And I want to jump into the comments real quick because you have some support out here. David Castillo says, Type 1 Warriors, my brother. We had David Castillo on the show. He is a fellow type 1 diabetic, an incredible person. And we sat down and we talked about everything type 1 diabetes. And, his little girl, 2 years old, was just recently diagnosed. And now he gets to be the knight in shining armor that he is for his beautiful little girl. And it
Right.
just, these stories, like this is what life is about. We just share our experiences and uplift one another. And David Castillo, we see you out there, and thank you for jumping in and showing your support. Let's see. Rizzle Music, we see you out there. Welcome in. Welcome in. Rizzo Music, he was also on the show, and he started his own podcast called Uplift State of Mind. It is a mental health podcast. So if you guys haven't seen that, go tune into his show. It's everything mental health. And as men, we go through life taught that we're supposed to have this shield. We're supposed to be strong. We're not supposed to show emotion. And that is so taxing. So to have a safe place to talk about those things and really just lay it out, because we all have things that need to be heard and we all need somebody to talk to. So Rizzo Music, huge shout out to you. We love you, brother. And I will actually be a guest for the first time, not interviewing, but being the interviewee on his show on the 27th. So I can't wait, brother. It's going to be great. Huge shout out. Let's see who else we got out there. We got Ben Shelton. Welcome in, brother. He says, love it. Positive vibes, great inspiration. Thank you for showing us your strength. Come on, that's for you. Absolutely. So, I feel as though we went through so many ups and downs in this one amazing interview. And I want to talk about where you're at now and what your goals are for the future.
Ooh, that is a lot. So
I love it.
right now, I'm working on becoming an entrepreneur. I'm trying to do what you're doing. I'm trying to build a community for people who are, diabetic. Culturally, as an African American too, it's a stigma that's it's got a little extra emphasis in my community. So to break those stigmas, and just encourage people to keep showing up, whether they're diabetic or whatever you have going on. So trying to build community as an influencer and content creator. And then I'm hoping to have an online boutique, a brand, which is all about authenticity, which is the biggest form of self-love.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And ultimately, my ultimate goal, really, and I was talking to my mom about this, I want to build a legacy for my mom, my brother. When me and my brother have children, that's my ultimate thing. So, if something goes left for my family, we're secure, we're good. So, that's the journey that I'm working on right now. A lot of self-healing. I meditate almost every day. I journal. I'm trying to start boxing, trying to do hobbies to heal my inner child. So I'm just hoping I could tell people how I healed by looking within and just sharing that message. So yeah. So
I love it. I love it. Well, I want to say, you let me know how we can support you. I am here to give you whatever resources that I have. My community is here to give you whatever resources that they have. And that is the beauty of what I'm trying to build out here. If you need something and I have it, we have it. If I don't have it, I'm going to call somebody. If that person doesn't have it, they're going to call somebody. And that's what we're building out here at People Helping People. I want to grow this platform to be able to change people's lives. Let's say you're in our ecosystem now. You're a part of the family. Let's say in a year's time, as we continue to grow, you call me, you want to be on the show. I want to be able to change your life with my audience. I want to be able to give you community and support. So if you have questions about anything and everything, if you need to know about equipment, you want to start a podcast, if you want whatever it is that you need, I am here.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you so much.
That's a blessing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would love more than anything to be able to support your boutique and my community to support your boutique. And when you have the gears turning on that, or if you have questions about how to get the gears turning on that, reach out. And I'm here to help. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I just want to say too, you, again, you're a soldier, you're inspirational, you have an amazing story to tell, you're unique, and your voice deserves to be heard. And I want to thank you today for gracing our audience with your story. And I am just so grateful. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the show in the future. And you too, Mama. I hope you join.
Yes, I do. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us, for even just responding to my message, because I was like, I'm not sure if he'll respond, but here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. And before we go, I'll ask each of you this. Is there something that you'd like to leave with the audience before we go?
Yeah, my thing is, no matter what you're going through, um, always number one, put God first. But also, I want people to know that self love is everything.
Mm.
Once you do the work, this is healing. No matter what it may be, this is deep. Go deep. Find a way to really love yourself, because once you love yourself, like truly love yourself, you can do all things.
Mm.
And that's what I'd like to leave to everyone, because that's the truth.
I love that. On that note, I heard somebody the other day, and he was being interviewed, and he says, nobody in the world could love me more than I do. And I was like, phew, wow,
That's right.
what a mindset. Nobody in the world could love me more than I do. I mean, come on. And I love that you brought that up as a full circle moment. That's beautiful, because that struck me 2 days ago, and I've been thinking about that a lot. It's been ringing in my head. And so, yeah, just taking the moment to love ourselves and give ourselves those affirmations, and know that we bend the world around us in amazing ways. If you are looking for something, it will show up. You just have to have the right mindset and enough self-love,
Because if you don't love yourself, how can you give it?
Preach. Come on. Come on. Thank you, Mama. And how about you, Anna? What would you like to leave with the audience before we go?
I would say, like, don't worry about the reputation and the stigmas of having a chronic illness or whatever you're going through, but mostly value your character instead. Stand on that instead. No matter what you got going on, if you got integrity, you got value. If you do the right thing, you got value. If you make moves for yourself, you take accountability, you're high value. So move with your integrity and your character. Don't ever listen to what anybody else got to say.
I love that. Well said. Come on. And lastly, Anna, where can people find you?
Oh, I'm everywhere. Most people have Instagram, right?
Yep.
So Instagram, I'm at Ahnna Simone, AHNNASIMONE. As you can see, one word. And I look forward to being a part of the community for sure.
Beautiful. Well, thank you both again. I am really just honored. I'm honored to have heard your story. I'm inspired. And I know the audience feels the same. I'm going to put your Instagram on the screen here so people can follow you. Yeah. And I want you to know too, this is our show. This is not, did I get that right on the screen? Can you see it there? The Instagram?
Yes, you did.
Is that okay? Great. But I also want to let you know that this is our show. So you can utilize this whole show, clip it up any which way you want. If you'd like me to send you the whole show in its entirety, you can post it wherever you'd like. This is not mine. This is not, this is ours. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ahnna and Mama, thank you so much for being on the show. We love you guys, and you let us know how we can support you moving forward, okay?
Of course.
Okay.
All right.
This was wonderful.
It was. Thank you for having us. And shoot, we love y'all too.
Oh, beautiful. We love you guys. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful evening. I'll see you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Gosh, another one. Truly inspiring. I'm so grateful that I get to sit here and talk with people in depth. And I think that's the beauty of starting something like this, is just to have incredible conversations with people that have incredible stories or are, the difference makers in their communities. And gosh, I don't know. I just sit here as a curious individual and I feel so fulfilled with what we're doing here. And I just want to thank everybody that's tuning in, everybody that's leaving comments, everybody that's coming back to these shows and supporting. I truly love you guys, and I'm truly, truly grateful. And gosh, we have so many great shows coming up. I'm just so excited for you guys to be a part of all this. I think what I took from this is, no matter how hard the situation, be your authentic self. Let life weed out the things that are unnecessary, and keep the things that are necessary and the people that are true to you close. And give yourself some grace, because nobody can love yourself or can love you better than yourself. So I'm going to end on that note. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on episode 5 of chapter 2 of People Helping People. Everybody have a good night. Deuces.
Yeah. What's everybody fighting for? Why can't people help people? That's the question.